It's Two Dudes with Attitudes, a wrestling podcast, which your boy Ryan enjoys wrestling, and MWO. And this is our WWE episode after WrestleMania, talking all things Monday Night Raw and NXT. And just so you know, we had a live watch along, and we already did our WrestleMania review show. You can check it out. Over 7,000 of you did. We appreciate you guys. Right, Ryan? You appreciate all that love we finally got on this dang app?
Absolutely, man. It's only been, 4 years? But yeah, no, we appreciate all the love and support. Go watch the recent episode of our WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 full show reviews, where we give it unbiased. It's original, it's unbiased, and it's straight to the point. So go check it all out and go watch our watch along, where we actually give legitimate reactions to stuff and not this forced over the top stuff that some of the favorites out there like to do. So that's just my diatribe.
I only peed my pants once from excitement. All right, are you ready? Because this Raw was booming, man. This is the first Raw after WrestleMania I think I've enjoyed in the past 10 years. So
yeah,
I'm excited. Excited to break it down. Let's go.
Two dudes with attitudes, let's go. It's the two dudes and our attitudes ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. A 5-star broadcast shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E, the two dudes with the attitudes that bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.
I actually thought it was kind of wild because I saw quite a few people in my comments on my TikTok telling me that they didn't think this Raw was good at all. And I'm like, it literally had everything you wanted. Call-ups, returns, random people challenging champions. I thought it was a pretty damn good show, but maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know.
I am. In their defense, I think they're programmed to having like something huge happen on the Raw after WrestleMania. And I think because something huge doesn't happen, it automatically makes it a bad show. But I actually thought, like you said, this Raw was solid. It had everything you wanted. It had NXT call-ups. It had people returning. It had Paige in the audience for some stupid reason. You know, we have new challengers for the world title. We have teas for a future world championship match. Like we had everything you wanted. But because The Rock didn't show up, or there wasn't like a big time storyline to close out the show, or there wasn't, you know, something huge with TKO versus the WWE that a lot of people thought we were going to get, that automatically makes it a bad show. And I don't agree with that.
I was just upset Pat McAfee wasn't there. Like, what?
Oh yeah, we need him. Yeah, where's he?
Belly roll. Come on, man. Let's get to it. But anyway,
we're all waiting on.
Well, let's get into it. Let's break down this Raw episode. As you said, there are a couple call-ups that they did announce. So Ethan Page and Joe Hendry for sure, and Sol Ruca. I'm pretty sure they said Sol Ruca was on Monday Night Raw now too, right?
I think so. I think after NXT, I don't know if we'll ever see her again, but
we'll get into that too. Yeah.
But I think they said she's going to be on the main roster moving forward, or maybe doing split duties until she's officially called up. Maybe she goes to SmackDown. They do that thing where she's like, okay, I'm going to wrestle here for this week, and then I might go to SmackDown, and I might return to NXT, and then she signs with Raw or something. But I don't know.
Well, hopefully not. We'll see. But we also got a switcheroo possibly with someone going to Raw, someone going to SmackDown. So let's start with the person who looks like they might be going to SmackDown. And that was one CM Punk came out to cut a promo. He was very excited that he lost at WrestleMania. He talked about all the people in the back and all the people he had on his codes that were all behind the scenes people, his poor puppy dog that had passed away, how happy he is because even though he doesn't feel like a loser and he is one, he's just so happy. And then out came your favorite wrestler, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, gosh.
Came out and they basically talked about how much they love each other. And I don't know why CM Punk's making out with people right before he faced them. But nonetheless, the crowd was chanting fight or something. And CM Punk had a funny line where he was like, we're friends, calm down. Basically like telling the crowd to shut up. But then CM Punk said, I do want to go for a championship again. And something like, you know, maybe this one or whatever. And then he went to go leave. And then Cody Rhodes basically said, if you want it, come and get it. I don't know. But basically, long story short, people said WrestleMania. I don't think so. This smells like CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. And I do think we need CM Punk and Cody Rhodes because with everybody who's come to Raw, literally, I saw a funny meme where it said Cody Rhodes on SmackDown this Friday, and it's that Will Smith standing in like the empty room at the end of Fresh Prince, you know, where he's just by himself. Like, who? Because I don't even know Drew McIntyre, or not Drew Is Randy Orton injured or not? I have heard nothing about it. So it could just be Cody Rhodes on SmackDown. I don't know. But, dude, Netflix obviously owns the WWE right now. Why even have SmackDown go to USA if you're going to give them no wrestlers? And it's 3 hours.
Yeah,
a lot of Cody Rhodes promos coming this Friday. Our segments.
Yeah, no, I don't know what they're doing, and like Jake, we'll get into it with the end too. Yeah. But someone else is coming to Monday Night Raw, so that's going to leave SmackDown less of a superstar. Drew McIntyre is allegedly filming a movie, so I mean that's the whole reason he dropped the title in the first place. But then he showed up for the next 6 weeks on the build to WrestleMania. So go figure, right? But apparently he's filming a movie. So he's going to be gone. We don't know the status of Randy Orton. Pat McAfee has already told everyone that he's done with the WWE with Jelly Roll, so we don't have to worry about them anymore. So yeah, like who the hell is on SmackDown? Maybe this episode of SmackDown will have some NXT call-ups as well.
I'm assuming. Well, we still got Trick Willie on SmackDown.
Yeah, he's still there, and Sami Zayn's still there, so we know he's gonna be doing his thing. But yeah, I think SmackDown is very, very. They need some superstars. They need some wrestlers. And I think CM Punk coming over there is just what the doctor ordered.
I do too, but I think, this was the first surprise in my opinion. I didn't have CM Punk losing to Roman, being okay with it, not wanting a rematch and challenging Cody Rhodes. I thought that was a pretty cool freaking swerve. I think we're getting Sammy versus Cody next. They've been building that forever. And I think that'll be the bridge to SummerSlam where Cody will wrestle CM Punk because Sammy's not winning the title. I think Sammy still has that heel turn coming.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's probably where they're going. I could see that. I could also see somebody that has no business being in the title picture getting a shot at Cody Rhodes, like Logan Paul or Matt Cardona somehow. I don't know, but yeah. But I definitely think something's happening before. Like CM Punk's not going after him at Backlash. I don't think CM Punk's even going to wrestle at Backlash. I think I could see a couple of scenarios where, because CM Punk, what he said was, you never know when an opportunity for a championship will fall in your lap. And he was saying that while looking at the Undisputed Championship. Right. Yeah. So maybe he wins King of the Ring, and that's what sets up his match at SummerSlam against Cody Rhodes, and that's the opportunity that falls in his lap. Maybe he wins Money in the Bank, and he cashes in on Cody Rhodes and takes the title off of him. And then Cody gets his rematch at WrestleMania or because Money in the Bank's later this year. It's in like September. It is. So we'll have to drag that out a little bit. But maybe he gets a rematch at the Rumble that Punk wins by cheating or something, goes heel, and then we get the match at WrestleMania. I don't know. I think there's a number of different outcomes, but either way, I certainly don't think it's happening anytime soon. I think there's going to be a bridge, and then we'll get Cody and Punk.
Yeah. Well, something that is happening soon, and that's the Vision came out after they did a pretty good Brock Lesnar promo video. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Brock Lesnar is done. Stop thinking that him and Gunther are wrestling at SummerSlam. That's not the favor. The favor is probably a title shot against Roman Reigns, to be honest. I think people forget that Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman have a relationship. But the Vision come out. Paul cut a damn good promo, cut it about Brock, saying that Brock should no longer be in the now, he should be in the forever. The crowd ate Brock Lesnar up, which I am happy they did. And then Logan Paul cut a promo, and I think Logan Paul's getting better. He yells a lot. I get that, but he's getting better at promos. I think it's wild that they don't let Austin Theory talk at all. The only real professional wrestler who's good at promos. They don't let him speak whatsoever, ever. He's just kind of like the background. But then Bron Breakker came out. Bron Breakker cut a promo, and it's so funny because when Bron got big, Ryan, when he came over, he was defeating everybody. He cut a promo a few months back. And everybody said it was like, he needs to win the title. And
CM Punk, right?
Yeah. And I said it was dog shit. I said it wasn't even that good. You guys are just hyping it for no reason. And I think now with Oba, with Trick, with these people that have come over, after watching Bron do that, he's not that guy. I think it's cool. He's a Steiner. I like him, but I think he's a second title tier dude. He's a Ryback. He's never a guy who's going to hold the company down. And I think it proved it on that promo. We got Seth coming in, laying everybody out. And in the end, Bron Breakker stood tall. So obviously we're going to get Seth and Bron probably at Backlash is what I assume. But it looks like the Vision's back, and I'm assuming Bronson Reed might make his return to maybe help Bron Breakker beat Seth Rollins in his match whenever it happens. But what say you? Did you like all this? What was your...
I like the promo from Logan Paul. I thought, like you said, Logan Paul's getting better and better. And I think that he handled that crowd, because that crowd would not let him talk. And finally, he got to a point where he was like, I'm going to say what I have to say, and I don't care what you guys do. So that's why he started yelling. So I dug that. But like you were saying about Bron Breakker, I think I was kind of drinking that Kool-Aid too a few months back, where I was like, you know what? Like, that was a really good promo. That was really good. Like, he was talking about taking CM Punk's wife as well as taking his title. He threw the microphone down, and like Logan Paul was like left like bewildered at like what had just happened. It was a cool moment. But then Trick Williams came to the main roster. Obafemi came to the main roster. All these people came to the main roster that that I think kind of were better than Bron on the microphone. And I think we started to realize that maybe that promo wasn't as good as we thought it was. Maybe his promo abilities aren't as good as we thought it was. I mean, it was cool at the time, but now that we have guys like Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams and Obafemi called up from NXT, we kind of realized that maybe Bron really isn't that guy, and these guys are the legit real deal. And then it also didn't help that he went out with an injury for a while, and then he comes back and he's kind of lost in the shuffle. I think that's what it was. He felt lost to me.
Yeah.
He felt like he didn't look as important as he did. He didn't look as like strong as he did before. He just kind of looked like another guy on the roster and another guy in the Vision. When before he had that look. He was intimidating. He was badass. Now, like, I don't know, his hair's longer and just, I don't know, something about him just doesn't feel the same as it did a couple months ago.
Yeah. Oh, his long hair is not working for me. But yeah, I just think people are better than him. I think he's cool. Exactly. He's got a lot of energy. Yeah. He has a spear. He's basically, like I said, he's Ryback. He's just one move dude. That's all he really is. A Goldberg. But we'll see. I could be wrong, and he'll get better over time. I think making him the leader was premature is the problem. Something that did work, though, and someone who doesn't need work, Liv Morgan came out, cut a promo, and geez, Ryan, it's about time Judgment Day cuts a promo and they don't have conflict. Liv Morgan literally thanked every single member, said she could not be a champion without them. It was a beautiful moment. And then my pants exploded because my two favorite girls in the history of the world, and someone commented, multiple people commented saying, I guess you have a type. I do. Skinny blonde white girls. And Sol Ruca came out and they had a face-to-face. And Sol Ruca held her own on the promo. She looked good. They went back and forth, and they had a match. And damn it, Ryan, this match was done perfectly. And we're doubling up on Sol Ruca this week because she shined in NXT. But she did all her moves, literally. Did you see her counter? Yeah. Liv's finisher? She did her soul snatcher. And then Zaria cost her the match. Liv won. It was like the perfect freaking debut that you can possibly have. Half that crowd probably had no idea who she was. They ate her up. She is, Ryan, how long have I been saying she is that girl? The second she started in NXT, like, she is that girl. She is I don't think she's going to be a champion. I think it needs to be her and Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. I've been saying that. But nonetheless, come on, bro. You got to tell me you love this and everything about it and just Sol being on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I think it adds even more depth and more of a boost to the women's division, which I think needs some single stars right now. And I think it needs some fresh blood, because right now, for the last couple of months, it's kind of felt a little repetitive with Liv and Raquel and Roxanne and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky and Asuka. Like, it's the same old people. I think Sol Ruca coming in adds some much needed depth and kind of gives them another person that they can build that division around. And I think it was a solid addition, and it was a solid debut for her. That match was incredible. She's the real deal. She is 100% the real deal.
And Liv is good too. She tells great matches.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Her match with Stephanie was amazing. And then we did have Stephanie Vaquer come out again and go face to face with her. So I'm assuming Liv and Stephanie Vaquer will have another match at Backlash as well, which makes sense. All right, Ryan, the ending. I'll let you take it away. I'll let you start it off. How did this show end on Monday Night Raw?
It ended with our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, coming to the ring. And, it shows him entering just at the right time. His car pulls up just in the nick of time. He gets out of that car. He walks into the ring. He's got his championship back.
Well, don't forget about Gorilla.
Yeah, all is right.
Gorilla. Yeah.
And then he sees his cousins happily waiting there, like, hey, we've been waiting for you. And he walks on. Then he comes back. It's like, hey, come on, guys, come with me. And they go with him. And he comes to the ring, and he has the entire crowd acknowledge him. It was an incredible, it was fun. He even asked the Usos to be with him again, but he said, "You're not here to serve me, but I can't do this without you." And it was a cool moment.
Yeah.
And so it looks like we're getting babyface bloodline back once again. We're running it back. And then the Samoan werewolf comes out. Our boy Jacob Fatu comes out and interrupts. And
shocker.
Yeah, I was shocked. I didn't see that coming. And he comes out and he says, I'm not here to acknowledge you. I'm not here. I'm here to fight you. And he basically challenged Roman Reigns to a shot for the title at Backlash. He said he doesn't want that title. He needs that title. He needs everything that comes with it. The Rolexes, the cars, the planes, all of it. He wants it all. Yeah. He wants it all. And Roman Reigns is like, "Are you sure about that? Like, you really want this? Like, take a week and think about it." And that's kind of how Raw ends. It ends with Roman telling Jacob to take a week to think about it. But if you're sure you want this, we'll do it, and you will acknowledge me. And that's how Raw goes off the air. But I thought it was great. I thought this segment was fantastic. Roman having gold and Roman being full time for the summer is exactly what WWE needs. I imagine these segments are going to be the best rated things on the show. I loved it all, man. I thought this was great.
So my favorite part is that it should have been, they kept showing when he was talking about, like, are you sure you can bear all this and be the world champion? Because once you have it, and they kept showing Jey Uso in the back, and I was waiting for Jey Uso to be like, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
It's too much pressure. When you're the champion, it's not worth it. They'll hate you. Here's my thing. When I was going to make a TikTok about it, I'm going to save it for tomorrow. So if y'all want to know, my _wrestling_opinion. I think this is not about Jacob and Roman. I think this is about who attacked Jacob Fatu. And I think it was Jey Uso. And I don't think it's going to turn him into a villain. I think it's just going to be, it is what it is, right? I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But I think it's going to turn into that. I think that's where we're going, because to have Jacob Fatu already get a championship and then just lose it to Roman right away seems a little fishy. I think something's going to happen. And maybe that's even the Usos do become bad guys and they leave Roman or whatever. Who knows? But I think it was them who attacked Jacob Fatu. And I think we're going to find that out at Backlash. I think he's going to cost Fatu the match. Roman's going to be confused after he beats Fatu. And then we're going to move on with that and go to Jacob and Jey Uso. Or Jacob and Jimmy Uso.
I think it was Jimmy.
One of them.
Yeah.
I think we're getting because they never said the bloodline was back together. He just said he needed them, this and that. So they don't have to be together. Roman doesn't need them. So I do think it's going to be I'm betting on Jimmy too. I think it's like 60-40, but I think that's the reason why this match is being made, to reveal who attacked him.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that. I was like, who did attack Jacob Fatu? I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, they never told us, and they also never showed us who attacked Jey Uso. It was implied that it was the Vision, but right before Elimination Chamber, he got taken out. Oh, excuse me. And
oh, I got you sick through the internet.
Yeah. No, hang on, I just swallowed something.
All right, I'll take it. Go. Yeah, but Jey Uso did get attacked too. So was it an eye for an eye? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe that's, you know what I mean? So there's so many ways that can go. But I think it's going to get brought up. Triple H lets things cook nowadays. Kind of like AEW's been doing lately, where, you bring up stuff that happened 3 years ago. I think that's what they're doing. I don't think they forgot about it. I just don't think they were ready to reveal it. And I think they are now.
Yeah. And I was always in the camp that Jimmy Uso attacked Jacob Fatu.
You did, yeah.
I always, because he showed up on that SmackDown immediately afterwards and was fighting Drew McIntyre and was like, "Hey, I think you did it," when he hadn't been on SmackDown in months. So it was very, very peculiar. So I'm intrigued if that's the angle that they go with this.
I think that's the way they go. I don't think this is about Jacob Fatu going for the title and losing it already. So, all right. Well, with that said, let's get into NXT, or better yet, NXT Revenge Part 2. This was part 2 of the Revenge, and we're going to do all the ladies, all the single ladies, I hope they're all single, because heck yeah. I never knew Tatum Paxley had such a nice booty. I'm just throwing it out there. Sorry if that's offensive to anybody, but good for her. But nonetheless, we had our second ever casket female match in NXT history, and Tatum Paxley was in the first one, and it was her versus Blake Monroe. I thought this match was an absolute banger. Tatum Paxley is really, really good. I am upset that Blake Monroe lost, took the L. She didn't really do a lot in NXT. She was this huge person to come over. She won the North American Women's Championship, but I thought she would be a champion right away. I mean, the power that she had in AEW, who she was, coming to the C show of WWE, I thought she could have just went to the main roster. I think she's going to the main roster, Ryan, and that's why. But going to the main roster without ever being the number one person, I always think is weird. Unless you're like a Javon Evans, someone who you are probably not going to be a world champion when you go to WWE, and you'll probably be a secondary champion, which is fine. But Blake Monroe should be a world champion in WWE or Raw or SmackDown. So I thought it was kind of a weird booking to move her already, unless they're not moving her. But this match was fun, dude. To me, this match was better than almost all the WrestleMania matches. This was a good match. Paxley and Blake Monroe tore the house down, and it shows that when Blake's paired with the right person, she could have good matches. Jordan Grace, you know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I thought all of this was really strong, and I do think that I don't know. I'm torn on her going to the main roster, because I think she still has a lot more to do and a lot more give to NXT. And I think NXT has not really booked her all that well. They've made her look like a chump from time to time, and she's so much better than what they've been giving her. And like you were saying, like, it's hard for me as a fan to take her seriously in the main roster, going up against like the likes of a Rhea Ripley or a Becky Lynch, and take her seriously as a challenger when she's never won the NXT championship. Like, I know that's not the end all be all, but it is hard for me. That's like, it feels like if they didn't treat her right in NXT, what makes me think Triple H is going to treat her right
100%
on the main roster. And he's going to treat her as like a jobber or like a Maxine Dupree type. And I'm like, she's way better than that.
Yeah, no, I agree. The other thing we're going to talk about, more women, more ladies. We're going to talk about the death of Sol Ruca. And this, in my opinion, minus Roman and CM Punk, to me, this is the match of the week. This was the best match. These girls brought it. Zaria finally got to show her talent in the ring as a beast. And for those of you that did not see it, that got up on top of the little NXT stage where the fans sit, there's 2 tables set up. For some reason, they pretended to like each other and make up. So they hugged. Yeah. I don't know where that came from. I watched it like 5 times trying to see where it led to. And then Zaria pushes Sol Ruca off the thing and did not push her hard enough, or Sol didn't jump hard enough, but she went through the one table and the back of her head hit the second table. Yeah. And the crowd shut up. The crowd was, people thought she died. She wasn't moving. And I made a TikTok about it. I was very confused. Props to Zaria. This chick didn't even flinch. She stayed and I'm assuming they're best friends in real life. They've been working together. She murdered her friend and was just like, meh, I'm going to stay in character. And then rumor has it, after it was done, the taping was over, that she walked over her, like went down there, stepped over her, went to the back, didn't even like once the cameras are off, you can check on her. Like, geez, Randy Orton even did that to Cody Rhodes after WrestleMania went off the air. Like, check on them. This shit, it's not being aired anymore. Kayfabe is dead. But the other thing that I was confused that nobody went to Sol Ruca. Like, there was no medical, no ref. Like, the ref didn't even go up to her like, you okay? Are you alive? Or they sold the shit out of that thing. I haven't heard anything about concussions. All I know is that she got like 7 stitches in the back of her head. So she busted her head open. Hopefully she is okay. Because that was, in my opinion, I watch AEW. That was one of the ugliest falls I've seen in a long, long time. And I've watched Darby Allin matches. So, but that match was hella good. And the right person won, because Sol's done and Zaria now could be pushed as a monster.
Yeah, I think the hug, like where they like acknowledged the hug and embraced right before she threw her off. I think that was Zaria's way of saying goodbye to her friend. Kind of like when Shawn Michaels told Ric Flair, like, "I'm sorry, I love you,"
I love you.
Super kicked him. I think it was something like that. Like, and then she throws her off, and then she gets back into character and everything. And I mean, that was a scary bump, and I'm grateful that she's okay. I hope that she's not seriously hurt. There's no concussions and stuff, and but that was a very, very scary bump. And but shout out to, like you were saying, Zaria, man. She sold the hell out of it. She stood over her. She didn't flinch. She just kept staring down. It was just the way it was shot was incredible. The crowd was stunned.
Yeah,
all of it worked beautifully. Yeah, everything was great. But and I think they made the most out of what could have been a really, really shitty situation. So I'm happy that it all worked out in the end, and Sol Ruca's okay.
I mean, Sol Ruca weighs like 110 pounds. I don't know how they thought she was going to go through 2 tables, but nonetheless, it is what it is. But before we end our weekend review, Ryan, I want to bring up one thing from SmackDown. What do you think of Royce Keys winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? Does it mean anything? I mean, they showed the history of everybody, and the last few are big people. I mean, Carmelo Hayes, Bronson Reed. Who else? I mean, I know there's people say this match doesn't matter. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, that was the first one, but he got big after that. If you look at it, there's only like 2 or 3 guys that did absolutely nothing. But I'm talking about the last few are, on the big stage now. So, I mean, maybe it will do something. The crowd ate it up. They really liked seeing him win the match.
Yeah, I'm surprised that's what they gave him, to be honest with you. Like, the hype that he got coming out of the Royal Rumble, debuting there, and the surprise entrance that he was, and then we haven't seen him on television until the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I think that's a testament to Triple H and some of his decisions, because I think he could have had a WrestleMania match. He could have been, he could have had a moment at Mania, but they just didn't use him. And that's like, I kind of lost interest in him for a little while, because I was like, they're showing him on the Stephanie McMahon podcast, and they're showing him, they're doing like backstage interviews with him, and it's cool, but they never like put him in the ring. We never got to see him. But I thought he showed out. I thought that hopefully this is the start of something big for Royce Keys. I hope that this is the start of something huge, like it was probably for Carmelo Hayes and Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed's pinned Roman Reigns recently, so he's got a good upward trajectory. But yeah, I hope that this is the start of something big, and not like a Bobby Lashley trajectory that after he won, he didn't work in the company anymore. I hope it's the other way around.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's gonna go up against Trick Williams, because he's also on SmackDown, so I can see.
I hope so.
Trick, U.S. title feud. All right, there you go. There you have it. Great week. I thought it was a great WrestleMania from night 2 to Raw to NXT. That was all fabulous. Night 1 was a dud, but go ahead and watch that video again, our review video, if you want to check us out. Give us some comments and some likes and some follows. But let's get into our favorite segment of the week, LVD MVD, where we name the least valuable, most valuable dude or dudette of this week. Ryan said we can add WrestleMania if we want, even though we didn't talk about it today, but it was this week, so I might have to change my decision, but we'll see. But yes, doesn't mean we hate or love them. It just means they were the worst or best booked for this week of pro wrestling. Ryan, who's your LVD?
So I am going a little bit with WrestleMania just because it was this week, but my LVD had a rough week. He lost at WrestleMania, he showed up on Raw, and he's just had a rough week all around. And to me, it's none other than Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins lost his match at WrestleMania to Gunther. Then he shows up on Monday Night Raw, and he hits Braun Breaker in the back of the head with the steel chair, but he like hit him too high or something with the steel chair, and Braun Breaker was like gushing out blood in the back of his head. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. No, I saw that he hit him high, but I didn't know.
Yeah, he hit him, and like you could see like the camera like shows Paul Heyman like holding Braun Breaker as he's like holding his head, and like you can see the blood gushing out of his head. So that was clearly what we fans are not, the term fans are not supposed to use, a botch. So that was a botch. And then apparently today, Thursday morning on the NFL Network, he got into it with a NFL Network panelist because they were
I think it's a work, but
yeah. But I mean, but he like walked off the set because they compared playing football at the age of 42 is harder than wrestling in the WWE at the age of 39, and that really pissed Seth Rollins off to the point where he walked off the set, and we may never see him again on the NFL Network and all that. But again, if that is a work, what's the end game? Is Seth Rollins going to wrestle that NFL guy on WWE tele? Like, what's the point? What was the point of that? But
what was the point of Jey Uso and Cameron? They never
there was no
did
point.
anything with that. It's just to get eyeballs on the product.
Yeah, but I think it was just the ending to a rough week for old Seth Rollins. So he's my LBD.
That's a good pick. I'm going a little bit different. I'm going an NXT. I'm going someone we talked about. I'm going Blake Monroe. She is just not. This girl is a top 5 female wrestler in the world today. She's getting treated like a bottom 10, and it's just sad. And I know Tatum. I'm not taking anything away from Tatum Paxley, but Blake Monroe is 1,000 times bigger star than Tatum Paxley right now, and she's jobbing to her twice now, losing in a casket match. I mean, who has she beaten so far, Blake Monroe, really? I mean, she was losing to Jordan Gray. She was North American champion for a half second, but she even beat Zaria when it was like so Ruca can't wrestle, so she didn't even beat the world champion, even win that title. It's just been a really weird run, and now if they move her onto Raw or SmackDown, I feel like that's an L as well, because how is she going to shine over there? What is she going to go against Rhea Ripley on SmackDown? I doubt it. So I don't know. It's just been really, really rough booking for her. She deserves better. She's straight gorgeous. And now she's in like a faction with these losers that I don't even care about, the tag team champions, they don't even do it for me either. So it's just been a weird booking for her. So she's my LVD of the week, and she doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, that's a solid pick. And my honorable mention for LVD is wrestling fans and taking the wrestlers' pictures at hotels and filming people and going with Booker T into the bathroom and like hounding Randy Orton and hounding CM Punk slapping that person's phone out of his hand. Just leave these people alone. Just stop.
Yeah. I'm not going to sue you. I just want an apology. You're not going to sue because you can't. Yeah. Because you talked to a lawyer and he said, sorry, it ain't going to work. And he was like, but I just want an apology.
You're not going to get that either. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. This world is a very, very bad world right now, and people are way too comfortable with doing whatever they want. If we haven't seen that with ICE, we haven't seen that with just people on the streets, influencers going into restaurants and acting stupid. We're just way too comfortable now with just doing whatever the hell we want, and the shit needs to stop. I know it's social media, and I'm an influencer, and I'm on it, but I don't do that kind of shit. It needs to stop. It's sad. I don't want 1 million followers if that's how I get it. So it's like, it's just we live in a weird world, but we need to grow up. That guy with CM Punk he was like my age. That guy was like in his 40s. That was a grown ass adult. As Bailey said, please stop like 5 times. Yeah. Like they were having a moment.
AJ hugging Bailey because Bailey's going to AEW when her contract's up. So they were saying goodbye. I'm making that up. But still, like, don't film that. And if you do film it and they ask you to stop. Just stop. Like, like you deserve to get your phone slapped out of your hand. So stop being assholes.
Dude, I was at Disneyland a little while ago with my girl, and we saw John Legend and his wife, whatever her name
Chrissy
is.
Teigen,
Yeah, and they were with their kids and stuff, but my girl was like, oh, shoot, it's like John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. I just want to record them so I can post it, like, look who I saw. And she got her phone out right when she recorded. One of the Disney guys, like, eyed her and went like, and she turned that. She was like, oh, sorry. And it was probably because he had his kids there, and he probably doesn't want his kids recorded. But we respected it. We attempted. We didn't get in their face. We were away from them. But, like, you got to respect boundaries. It's okay that you tried to record them. But my problem is that you're waiting. These people are waiting.
Yeah, you're waiting at the hotels.
How do you find out where they're staying? It's so weird that these people, like...
And, CM Punk just wrestled a 35-minute match against Roman Reigns, and he lost. And he's exhausted. He just wants to go to his hotel and, like, crack open a Pepsi. And, like, you're, like, you're waiting for him to arrive. You're filming him. It's just...
Filming his wife.
Filming his wife, yeah.
There's levels.
It's just very, very cringe. And just, we got to stop. We got to stop.
The problem is, if any of those people are listening to this, they're not going to stop because that's just who they are. So
it's really sad.
I think these wrestlers, with all paparazzi, I think people have a right to lay people out. I think it just is what it is. Once you ask them, move away, and they don't, I think you have the right to harm them. That's just and I'm against violence, but if you're going to not listen to people and their privacy and their space, that's on you. Yeah. I don't think you have to be attacked.
Also, WWE, do a better job getting these wrestlers security and making sure they're taken care of at their hotels and stuff. Like, have people there, like at Disney, you had somebody that was eyeing your girl for filming John Legend. Like, have somebody there at the hotels, like monitoring everybody and keep these wrestlers safe.
Yeah. Well, did you hear about Elaine Black where she got like
assaulted?
A wrestler like grabbed her? Yeah. Or not a wrestler, a fan grabbed her. Where's security for these shoots? And I heard there was other problems too with WWE and their pictures where people were doing stuff they're not supposed to do.
Following Booker T into the bathroom, and like that's just weird. And
Booker looks like someone who would get down. I'm confused on why you wouldn't do that.
He looks like he would mess with fuck you up in the bathroom too.
Well, he did jail time. It's not like he's afraid to like Booker's that dude. I feel like there's some people, whether you think they're a fighter or not, I feel like he gonna whoop some normal dude's ass.
Oh hell yeah,
pissing him off. Sure. He's a big boy. All right, let's get into it. MVD. Let's end on a positive. Who is your MVD of the week? The guy who recorded Bailey and AJ?
No, yeah, right. He wishes.
CM Punk's right here. Oh, all right.
My man. He is my MVD of the week. Hands down.
For this.
I've been waiting for this all week, but Roman is the MVD. And let me explain why, because I think I know who you're going to choose as your MVD, but I'm going with Roman Reigns. And the reason why is because the entire buildup was you're part-time, you can't win without your cousins. So then what does he do? He goes and beats the hell out of CM Punk without his cousins. To me, that's like the greatest flex of all time, because all the thing that people criticize Roman Reigns for his entire championship reign, he never wins clean. He beat CM Punk clean. He never wins without cheating. He beat CM Punk without cheating. He can't win without the Usos. He beat CM Punk without the Usos. I mean, what else do you need? That's like and then now he's full-time and he's going to be there every week. So what are they going to say now about our tribal chief? Roman Reigns is the MVD simply because he told CM Punk, like, I'm going to beat your ass, and he beat him, and he did it without his cousins, proving CM Punk wrong.
All right, respect. But I'm going a different route.
I know who you're going with.
I'm going with the guy who's going to defeat Roman Reigns for that championship at SummerSlam. The reason why Roman Reigns is becoming a full-timer, so we can put this man over, that is the ruler.
I wish I had his song. I need to add that song to this. Yeah.
Do you see people are now doing it in sports?
Yeah, it's
that's how you know you're over, bruh. That's how you know you're over. I got to do a TikTok with it. I'm trying to think of which one to do. But Oba Femi, man, if you're going to beat Brock Lesnar in 6 minutes to open up WrestleMania Night 2 and then retire his ass, and for all the people that said it was a surprise, it was not supposed to happen, remember? Oba Femi literally put on a fake cowboy hat and tipped it to him, saying, like, thank you, sir, for it. So he knew he was retiring because he gave him like I bid you farewell. I don't know if you saw that when he was going up the ramp. He put on a fake cowboy hat, tipped it to him like, thank you. That wasn't for letting him win. That was for retiring. And it makes sense. Why would Brock just go ahead and just give it up like that? And I was saying this like you were saying Roman. That's why this is mine, because I called this right. I called it right away, saying when Brock said someone was going to challenge him, I said it was going to be Oba. People said I was wrong. Right when he said it was Oba, I said Oba's going to beat him in a squash. Everyone said I was wrong. And then right when Oba was about to wrestle Brock, I said Oba's going to beat Brock and win the title at SummerSlam. As soon as Oba beat Brock, what happened? Oba said, I want Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. And Roman Reigns said, I'm going to wrestle full-time until SummerSlam. Everything I've said is falling into place. If you don't believe me, I have them all pinned. It's on my account. Check it out. I don't lie, brother, and I'm always right. But Oba, the ruler, only man who deserves to be the MVP.
That's a solid pick, and it's hard to go against him, because Oba Femi had an incredible week. That promo was very identical to the Roman Reigns, the one he cut on Raw.
Yes, it was.
Very identical to the Roman Reigns, this is my yard now, except the crowd was 100% behind Oba Femi, where they were not in favor of Roman Reigns.
No.
So, but man, like he is there. I just don't want the WWE to, overdo it with Obafemi to the point where the IWC turns on them and stuff like that. So, and it's going to happen because wrestling fans are fickle as hell. But
when he beats Roman, they'll hate him 100%.
Oh yeah, he wasn't ready, or his next feud will be against like Austin Theory or something. And it's gonna be like, why are we in this man? He's not that guy. That's exactly what's going to happen. But right now, man, let's enjoy the ride because Obafemi is him and he is here. And, we have stars in the making in the WWE and Oba and Trick and Carmelo and Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. Like WWE's
page about to do it.
Very, very bright. Yeah.
I just saw Ruca. I just love fans because it's like, we need young talent. They never do. It's all these old heads. I have so many people in my comments. Oba's not ready, bro. Why you want him to wrestle at SummerSlam, bro? It's so stupid. And those same people are like, why did Roman Reigns win? He's a part-time. They just, every single thing. Triple H is garbage. I told you Triple H was awesome. TKO's making you cannot listen to content creators because they have no brains except for me and you. Yeah. But there's very few. There's like 10% of us that actually put out real content, not just shit that we want clicks for. So, yeah. But with that said, 2 good picks. Great week of wrestling. We will be back tomorrow for our AEW edition. We're going to do all things Dynamite. So if you do like AEW, check us out. And as always, thank you for listening. Thank you once again for that WWE review show, over 7,000 views. Keep it up. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out now. And as always, if you just want to hear me yappity yap yap, I'm almost at 18,000 followers on TikTok. So let's get me to 20, maybe even more. I like to be at 100 before I die. But I'm at my_wrestling_opinion. I'm also blowing up on Instagram, trying to hit 5,000 now. I just started about a year ago, so I've been booming up on that. So follow me there as well. And with me, as always, is
Ryan. Enjoys wrestling on all your social media platforms. So go follow me anywhere you enjoy your wrestling content. Go follow us, the podcast, on X at 2DudesPC, on Twitch at 2Dudes_with_attitudes, Instagram 2Dudes_with_attitudes podcast, YouTube right here where we blew up the other day with 7,000 views. We appreciate all of it. 2Dudes_with_attitudes, and on TikTok at 2Dudes_with_attitudes as well. If you so choose to listen to us on Apple and Spotify, we're climbing up the ranks there too, baby, because we're in the top 10% of all listened to wrestling podcasts. So keep us up, help us climb up into the top 5%, the top 1% of all listened to wrestling podcasts. And the way to do that is by leaving us 5-star ratings and reviews, sharing us, posting about us, telling everyone on the internet about your favorite 2 dudes on the internet. And as always, we appreciate everyone's love and support. Let's get this thing going for the rest of 2026.
2 Dudes Wolfpack. Thank you. We out.
2 dudes with attitudes. Let's go. It's the 2 dudes and our attitudes ruthless, aggressively speaking. So let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton. They here to get your attention. A 5-star broadcast. Start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E, the 2 dudes with the attitudes that bring the heat. Get the point, yeah.